Yes, indeed. R.I.P. to Bobby Weir. If you guys don't know by now, one of the founding members of the Grateful Dead, Bobby Weir, passed away on Saturday. Um, that means Jerry's gone, Phil's gone, and Bobby's now gone. In addition to, obviously, Pigpen from back in the day, as well as a handful of other keyboardists. I didn't do a video about it on Saturday because I was done making content for the day. And I didn't do a video about it yesterday just because I was taking the day off. But Bobby Weir, listen, he was in his late 70s. It's not unheard of, obviously. This one still stings. It really does. I spent a lot of time listening to his music adjacent to wherever it was he was at the given point in time, because he is one of only a few people that can honestly say that they were at every single Grateful Dead show. This one hurts a lot, man. And the Deadhead family is, I can't even describe the scene, if I'm being completely honest. It's not anything like anybody can even imagine. People think that they know what it's about because they've seen documentaries and they've seen a bunch of videos. But until you actually step foot into the crowd on a Grateful Dead parking lot, for example, you have absolutely no way of truly understanding how communal of an organization, how communal of a feeling, how communal of a group these people really are. When people tell you that it's like my family, it's not an exaggeration. A lot of people, myself included, spent a lot of time looking for something in their life. I came from a fucked up childhood, an unpleasant childhood at best. And so I was searching for that family, searching for whatever. People search for different reasons. And for whatever reason, we all found it within the group of Deadheads. What we found within the Deadhead community was a sense of belonging. Yeah, every other place has turned their back on you. Every other place has shut the door on you. We're not going to. Here you can be who you want to be. As long as you're not an asshole that harms other people, you are free to be who you want to be. And that was sort of I guess missing in a lot of people. And so they find this familial sense of community within the Deadheads. And then that community moves from place to place to place. And so you move with it. And what it becomes, what it became, what it was a traveling town. And within that town there were people that cooked, and there were people that harvested, and there were people that wove, and people that had medical experience, and it was like a town. And you could get some treatment for what ails you. You could get food for your empty belly. You could get shelter for the night, and you can give all of those things as well. And so we found family, and we found a sense of belonging, and we loved what we found, and all of it was centered around this band. I'm rambling at this point in time, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to get the comment bubble to come through the whole thing, but Once again, the comment says R.I.P. Bobby Weir if it doesn't come through the whole thing. The band was sort of... I said this to a friend of mine in Texas who sent me a text message and said, hey man, this one I know probably hurts. I said this to him in a text. I said, I don't want to talk about this from a standpoint of how it truly feels, because I feel like it would be extraordinarily insensitive. And here's why. It feels like an uncle died. It feels like I lost one of my closest uncles. And I hated to say that, and my wife gave me permission to say it. And people are going to go, permission? I asked her if it was okay. And the reason why I asked her is because her uncle did just die. We haven't even had the funeral yet. It's coming up in a few days at the end of the week. She lost an aunt and an uncle within 4 days. She lost her mother's sister and her father's brother within 4 days of one another. So for me to come on social media and go, it feels like one of my uncles died, seems shitty towards the people who actually did lose an uncle. But it feels like one of my uncles died. That was my life for a minute. That was my whole community for the first half of my 20s. And it's over. It's gone. A massive part of it died when Jerry died, and a little chunk of it died when Phil died. But now that Bobby's gone, even though there are still Grateful Dead members, and there might even still be a Dead Company, who knows? It's over. What was is no more. You know what I mean? It's... And this one sucks. Like, a lot. Sort of puts into perspective, like, your own mortality, your own aging, when you realize that you used to sit there and watch this guy play when you were in your early 20s, and you blink and you're in your early 50s, and you've got a few kids and a few grandkids, and you're watching the news on your phone, and you see Bob Weir of the Grateful Dead, dead at 78, and you're like, feels like my family's gone. This is my family now. No doubt about it. My wife, my kids, my grandkids, my in-laws. This is my family. I have family. You know what I'm saying. It feels like my family's gone. R.I.P. Bobby.